Hello, candidates, and welcome to the Manifested e-learning platform. The subject is meetings. We are still on the topic meetings of the National and County Assemblies. In today's lesson, our focus is on divisions. Divisions. In the Kenyan Parliament, both the National Assembly and the County Assemblies, a division is a formal recorded method of voting that is used to determine the precise outcome of a question when a voice vote is either unclear or challenged. So by the end of this lesson, you should be able to distinguish between a voice vote and division. You should also be able to explain the procedure for a division and analyze or highlight the constitutional and standing order provisions in relation to divisions. Also, by the end of the lesson, you are required to explain why divisions are important. So those are 4 lesson objectives. So we have voice vote versus division. Number 1, voice vote vis-a-vis division. Now, candidates, the voice vote is the default method for voting when it comes to most of the decisions. And in a voice vote, the speaker puts the question to the House and members shout yes or no. So the speaker then judges the result based on the volume of the response of yes or no. That is what we mean by a voice vote, or sometimes referred to as a viva voce. Viva voce, a voice note. So the speaker judges the result of the vote based on the volume of the response. Then division, on the other hand, division is also a form of a vote. It is a formal procedure that is involved if a member challenges the speaker's judgment of a voice vote, or if a matter is of such significance that a precise individual record of how each member voted is required. There are some decisions that are so important that it may be necessary to know how the members voted. That's when you take division. It is a formal procedure that is involved where the voice vote is challenged. So that is the distinction between these 2 methods of voting. So let's now discuss the procedure for a division. Procedure for a division. What is the procedure for a division? Now, when a division is called, remember, a division is now taking a form of vote. When a division is called, when the House decides to take division, the House allows or follows a strict procedural sequence to ensure accuracy and transparency. So the first step is calling the division. What do we mean by calling the division? Now, if a member challenges the voice vote, the speaker may grant a division if they believe it is warranted. Then number 2, summoning members. The second step is to summon members, summoning members. The division bell here has to be rung to summon members from other parts of the parliamentary building in order to come to the chamber. If there are members outside the parliamentary building or outside the chamber, then the bell is rung so that they can assemble in the chamber. That ensures that all the eligible members have an opportunity to participate in the vote. So step number 1 is to call the division. Step number 2 is to summon members. Then the third step is locking the doors. Locking the doors. Once the allotted time for the bells has elapsed, the speaker orders the doors to be locked. And after this point, no member can either enter or leave the chambers until the vote is taken. Locking the doors. Until the vote is concluded, no member can walk into the chambers or leave the chambers. It is at that point that formal voting takes place. Here, members then indicate their vote, often by moving to a designated yes side or moving to a no side. Okay? Or we've seen in the recent times where the House is adopting modern electronic voting systems that record each member's choice. So voting takes place after locking the doors. Then, of course, there is the fifth is to counting the vote. Tellers and counting. After voting, then counting takes place. Tellers, who are members appointed from both sides of the argument, act as independent verifiers. These are tellers. From different both sides, you have members who can come then and act as verifiers. They act as independent verifiers to count the votes and then ensure the process is concluded fairly. Then lastly, there is declaration. After counting the vote, the speaker announces the final count and declares the result. That is the procedure for a division, which is a form of a voting. Division. Now, what is the constitutional and standing order provisions for divisions? Let's discuss the constitutional and standing order provisions. This is number 3. Constitutional and standing orders provisions. Constitutional provisions, standing orders provisions. Here there is what we call the majority rule when it comes to voting. 1. Majority rule. What is this majority rule? Now, according to Article 122 of the Constitution, Article 122 of the Constitution, any question proposed for decision in either house is determined by a majority of the members present and voting. That is number 1. Then number 2, we have the speaker's vote. The speaker's vote does not count. The speaker has no vote. And in the event of a tie is where we have an equality of votes. In the event of a tie, a motion is lost. And of course, we have to also consider the pecuniary interest. Pecuniary interest. If any member has an interest, a financial interest, a member is strictly prohibited from voting on any question in which they have a direct pecuniary or financial interest. So that is a constitutional and standing order provisions. Then lastly, we want to discuss why divisions are important. Why? Number 4, why divisions are important. Why are divisions important? One reason is accountability. They're important because of accountability. Because a division produces an official list of exactly who voted for or against the motion, it holds representatives accountable to their constituents. It enhances accountability. Then there is also resolution of doubt. Resolution of doubt. It removes any ambiguity that might exist in a standard voice vote. Standard voice vote. It removes any ambiguity or doubt. Then lastly, we have record keeping. Record keeping. The official record of the division is printed in the votes and proceedings, which is the formal minutes of the House, and then recorded in the Hansard, serving as a permanent legal record of the decision. So that's all, candidates, for our today's lesson on divisions. For you to understand divisions, we first began by defining a voice vote. A voice vote, which is a default method for most decisions, where the speaker proposes or puts the question to the House, and members shout yes and no. The speaker then judges the result by the volume of the response. So in this lesson, we've also defined division, which is a formal procedure that is invoked if a member challenges the speaker's judgment on a voice vote, and if the matter is of such significance that a precise individual record of how each member voted is required. That is when you take a division, and this is the procedure for a division. First of all, you call the division, the speaker calls the division, then the summoning of members, locking the doors, voting, counting, and declaration of the vote. Then in this lesson, again, we've stated the constitutional provisions and the standing order provisions. There is the majority rule according to Article 122 of the Kenyan Constitution. Then the speaker's vote, we said, does not count. We also say that if a member has any financial interest in a matter, then that member is not required to vote when it comes to the division. Then finally, we've explained why divisions are important. One is for accountability purpose. There is a resolution of doubt and record keeping. That's the end of today's lesson. Thank you. God bless you, and bye-bye.